One building, a building that's no longer around, was home to two of Marquette's most legendary bars. The first was the J.W. Murphy Saloon. This place was around in the late 1800s and was famous for having a floor covered with sawdust. The sawdust would not only soak up any alcohol that got spilled, but it would also provide cover every time a drinker missed getting their chewing tobacco into a nearby spittoon. And that happened a lot. Every week, the saloon would auction off its sawdust. Why, you ask, would anyone want to buy a bunch of sawdust filled with alcohol and chewing tobacco spit? Well, the winning bidder got to keep whatever else was in the sawdust, aside from the alcohol and the tobacco spit. And you know how people who've been drinking will sometimes have trouble holding on to things like, say, the money in their pockets? That's why people would bid on the sawdust. The building it housed sat in downtown Marquette for almost a century, housing other businesses, including other bars. The final business that called that building home was this one. It's amazing. Every time I give a downtown tour, at least one person asks, where was Andy's located? There's just something about the place that people remember fondly. I don't know if it was the Jumbo Nights or the Peanut Nights or just what, but Andy's was legendary. Now, I've been told a lot of great stories about what went on over the years at Andy's. Hardly any of those stories, though, are suitable for the general public. But maybe that's one of the things about Andy's. It was a dive bar, but it was a dive bar that people just loved. After it closed in the early 80s, I don't know if another bar ever came close to replicating the atmosphere and the abject love that people had for Andy's. It and J.W. Murphy's were certainly unique in the history of Marquette. And by the way, if you have a story about Andy's that isn't too bad, go ahead and leave it in the comments. I'd love to hear about it.